Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Are you a person that has a great deal of credentials, but you still feel like you're a fraud? Well, my name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to teach nurses to leverage the knowledge that they already know working from their computers around the world, making money and owning their own time. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals and to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you were ever told that you would not succeed. And remember to click the calendar link above if you want to create another stream of income and enroll in our 12-week course, VP Nursing Business Academy. Our special guest today is Miss Jean Toney. Jean Toney is an enrolled agent, business advisor, and owner of JT Financial Services. An enrolled agent is an accountant that has been certified by the IRS, the people that we run away from, wants them to resolve any tax issues you may have in your personal and business life. Jean and her team helps entrepreneurs like you turn your side hustle into legit businesses so that you can understand your numbers, build business credit, manage your taxes, receive funding, and go wherever your vision takes you. So welcome, welcome, welcome today.
Thank you for having me.
So we usually interview healthcare professionals on the show. However, they're dynamic people all over this world, and you are amazing. So, what was your major in college, and what did you go to college for?
My major was actually accounting. I ran
Oh,
away from it for years. I entered into the sales and marketing space and came back to accounting. So that's, yeah.
so now why did you come back to accounting? I'm interested.
Um, yeah, well, I'd always been helping small business owners and nonprofit organizations grow their business, strengthen their business foundation. And so it's always been, I guess, my side hustle, even when I was in corporate. So the pull, it just kept coming. I just saw the need of entrepreneurs and a lot of people getting in trouble with their taxes, a lot of people hitting that brick wall when they needed to scale because they needed to improve their personal credit, their business credit. So I was just like, all right, I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to work from home before the pandemic hit. That was just a lifestyle that I wanted to have. And that was one of the ways that I could do it, serve people while I'm serving myself, you know?
I love it. I love it. And one of the things that is really critical that we have to understand is that, you know, we sometimes go into this space where we're at. So like I went into nursing for bedside nursing, right?
Mhm.
But this entrepreneur space it's a space that I didn't realize that I was going to do, but it's almost like tweaking Susan Carter talks about tweaking the lock. You tweak it this way, you tweak it that way until you find that thing that fits for you, right? And so you
Yeah.
had to tweak it until you found that thing that fits for you. So I'm super excited that that is the thing, because you sound like you're super smart, at least when I talk to you anyway. now you now you recently became an enrolled agent. Tell the audience what that
Mhm.
is and how can it be super beneficial for those that are in business.
Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking that because a lot of people know what a CPA is. They really poured a lot of money into their branding game. So the CPA is out there. We're all accountants, enrolled agents. We are certified by the IRS to represent any individual that the IRS brings a case against. So we can help you resolve your tax problems. It doesn't matter who filed your tax returns, doesn't matter when those tax returns were filed. If you ever have a problem with taxes and you need to resolve them, then the enrolled agents are who you come to. The CPAs, they're the ones that help you with auditing your financial statements. So the entrepreneurs, especially the nurse, the people with the higher income bracket that add on that layer of entrepreneur activity on the side, they really need to make sure that their tax plans are in place. and that they support their personal and their business goals. So we help them with tax planning and tax resolution.
Now, you told me, and it was something that really resonated with me. Like you went to this guy and you were talking to him, and he just wanted you to help him with one thing, and you kind of wanted to know his whole history, and he didn't want to give it to you. He said, "I want you to help me with this one thing." So, how tell me that story so that tell the audience that story so that they can understand exactly how
Yeah,
you can help them.
great question. So, well, he's a well established, very successful real estate investor. And I asked him a part of our onboarding process. I was just asking him, what are your 5-year plans? What are your 1-year plans, 5-year plans? Just to get an idea of where his vision where he wanted to go. And he was like, he thought I was asking that to help him build his vision. I'm like, no, no, no. He's Miss Tony. With all due respect, I don't need you to help me build my vision. I'm clear on exactly where I want to go. I was like, yes, sir. I completely get that. You wouldn't be a success. You wouldn't be where you are today without knowing where you want to go. But the reason why I was asking him that was because the day before I spoke with the pastor, and we were getting ready to do file 2 or 3 years of tax returns. So my mindset was, let me help you maximize your deductions so you can write off as much as possible to minimize that tax bill, because penalties and interest, all of that stuff is coming at her. Until she said, I'm going to buy a house next year. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Now we don't want to necessarily write off everything. We need to show that you have a profitable business, because you're going to need the underwriter to approve you. And then, you want to increase your purchasing power. A lot of nurses and a lot of people that have W-2 income, when they file their taxes and they have a Schedule C for a small business attached and they show a loss, that loss will reduce their W-2 income. So that reduces the size of house you could buy. So that's why I was wondering with the investor, what all do you want to do? Because your tax plan is not just looking at your business. We've got to look at your entire life and bring all of that together.
I love it. I love it. So Jocelyn, who's one of my good friends, she said, amazing. I need you now. Where are you located? So we're going to get to that, Jocelyn. We'll get to that. I know. That's what I said when I first met you. I was like, I'm glad I know you. Hey, it's a game changer. Yeah. So now tell us what imposter syndrome is.
Oh, girl. Listen, I have an undergrad degree. I have a master's. I'm certified by the IRS. The IRS is like, yes, she knows her stuff. And I'm still like, do I? But it's just something that I feel like we all struggle with. And I know that nurses are so accomplished. My sister is an RN, and y'all are like my superheroes. Anytime anything happens, I turn to her. She's just a baddie anyway. But I love how y'all are taking charge. My husband is actually a medical sales rep. And when he goes into the hospital, he tells me who runs the place. When he goes into the local physician offices, we know who runs the place. But even though we have all of these credentials behind our name, even though we're accomplished, whenever we are challenged to step outside of the comfort zone that we have been reigning and ruling over and stretch our boundaries, it's so funny how part of that resistance comes imposter syndrome. Do I know enough? Yeah, you know enough. Am I able to excel? What will people think? Like it seems like the universe says, oh, you want to stretch? You want to grow? You want to level up? I got something for you.
Exactly. And and it's so true, because we kind of I've felt like over the years, we've not felt our power. And I tell the story about that young lady. Well, she's an older lady. She's in Washington, and you may not know this story, but she went to the legislature. She was speaking on the floor, and she said that we were in the break room and we were playing cards. And when she said that, that video went viral. So it came to me and I thought, are you kidding me? I have never played cards in the break room. I have my phone on me and people are constantly calling me while I'm trying to eat, right?
Yeah.
And when she said that, I was like, oh my God. So I shared the video, was quite upset. And then the next morning I woke up and every nurse, because I have a lot of nurses on my timeline, like literally it was lit up. And I was like, see, we just don't know our own power, right? We
Mhm.
don't know our own power. And so that is so true. Now, tell us about a time that you suffer from imposter syndrome.
Like yesterday. Like
Every day.
but you know what I'm doing? I've just created a Facebook group within the last month called Fix My Finances.
Uh-huh.
And this Facebook group brings together all different types of entrepreneurs, and we focus on strengthening your business foundation. So this is the first time that I'm actually in an environment where I'm teaching on a regular basis in a public setting. I usually teach my clients in a one-on-one environment. Now, I'm saying this is the first time. This is in a first time in a long time. I used to be a professor at a college years ago when I was in Charlotte, but now I'm in South Carolina. Now, one of your viewers was asking. I'm in South Carolina, but I serve nationwide. The IRS is all over the country, so I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. But yeah, just stretching myself and just sharing with what I know with other people causes me to kind of step back and say, okay, well, what if somebody else comes on and they challenge what I'm saying? Or what if somebody else comes on and I mess up and I say something the wrong way and it's misinterpreted, or, just little small, silly things. But what I realize is, you know what? I'm showing up. It's like
That's
every
right.
time, what if I show up what if I show up and I'm showing up?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What if it's the killer of our dreams sometimes?
Yeah.
It's either it's the dependent on how you that what is behind that what if, right?
Exactly.
Whatever's behind that what if is it can be the killer of our dreams. So Jocelyn said, I believe it's the problem, with us Black women, and it is. Sometimes we feel that you know we need more and more education. We don't need more education. We just need to show up, as you said.
Right. You just pile on degrees. I was working with a client the other day who has over $200,000 in student loans. Why?
Wow, that's
Because
right.
and they just felt like they just kept needing to go back to school instead of actually stepping into the arena. Let me just go ahead and get one more credential, and then I'll be worthy. Yeah.
It doesn't. And the reality is that what I do now, I could have done it at the ADN level.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's a lady that she's an LPN and she does kind of what I do now, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
she didn't feel like she needed to go back to school and get all these degrees in order to show up. And
Yeah.
I, suffer from it as well, right? Initially. But
Mhm.
I'm getting a little bit past it. I pray. Let's
Yeah.
So what is some of the advice that you would give us to get past this syndrome that keeps us from living your best life?
Change your own story. To be honest with you, I was going to say that to you, and I was like, wait a minute, maybe she'll ask me what I've done to resolve it. So let me slow down. But I was going to jump in because when I was saying, what if I show up and this doesn't happen? I started changing that and I started saying, what if I show up and I bless somebody? What if I show up and this is the exact thing that they needed to hear today to kind of help me calm my nerves a little bit? Because um, I know that I was given the ability to process information and sit through and read IRS bulletins, publications. Everybody doesn't want to do that, I know, just like with you, I don't even want to get a needle in my arm. Like I don't want to look at, but you were gifted to care and you were gifted to be gentle. And, so there are certain gifts that we've all been given. And if I was given this gift, it's got to be for a reason. And I had to trust that what I have is meant to bless somebody else. And I have to get out of my own way and look at what if I am going to provide some good today? you
I
know?
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So, Jocelyn said, Jean Tony, you are amazing, beautiful, and powerful. And yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you, sister girl. I love it.
So, what are some things that you would recommend that we do when we have an idea to start a business?
Oh, okay. So the first thing, and this is coming from like, looking at it from a holistic perspective. Okay. So I'm not going to be like, oh, go get branding, go get your logo. No, we're not going to do all of that. Of course, all of that is necessary. And I work with a lot of branding bosses that will make you look really good, but you don't need a photo shoot right now. You need an LLC. Okay. Go incorporate your business. Go incorporate, even if you don't even know how that vision is going to shape out. Before you start moving it from an idea to a reality fully, and before you even getting paid for it, if there's an idea on your heart, go get an LLC formed. And I always say, start with that. You can start with an LLC and grow into an S Corp, grow into a C Corporation. All of that stuff comes later. But at least you're on record with the Secretary of State's office saying, I have a business. Once you do that, I would say go get an EIN, an employer identification number. Take those pieces of documentation and march right on in the bank and open up a bank account. And the reason why I just want you to be on record as having established a business, even while you're working the process out, because lenders want to see a seasoned business. That means you've been in business for at least 2 years or longer, to make sure that you are a viable, credible business. So while you're working out the process in your mind of how it's actually going to look, have your business be established and start building your business credit in the background. The best time you need business credit is before you need business credit.
That's right.
So start working, have that stuff in your back pocket. So then you can position yourself to prosper, and then you truly can go wherever your vision takes you.
I love it. I love it. And it's such valuable information, because a lot of times that's what we do. We think about the branding. We think about how we're going to show up. But the reality is that if you build on a crumbling foundation, and
Yeah.
this LLC is your foundation, you have
Mhm.
really, really got to make sure that you have that foundation in place, so that once your business grows, then you won't be crumbling, and you won't be, and I'm one.
I
I
love
I had to
it.
learn the hard way, right? Because I just didn't know. I mean, I'm a nurse. I mean, let's be clear on who I am, right?
You excel in your lane, and
Right.
people don't know. Yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So now, we often think about personal credit, especially when we first get into business. Why is business credit so important?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, because it is it's so important, because it allows us to use other people's money to increase our capacity to serve. If you think about it, when people start their business, a lot of people only use the funds that they personally have available. So you're limiting the potential of growth. Maybe in order for you to grow, you're a nurse. I know your hours. Like I said, my sister is a nurse and she's working, nonstop. But maybe in order for you to move that vision forward while you're working, maybe you need a virtual assistant. But maybe you can't afford that. Well, if you had business credit, you can use that to build your team, and then let your clients pay back pay back whatever charges you put on your card. Business credit works different than personal credit in terms of the lenders. They look at your payment history to improve your business credit scores. Personal credit looks at the amount of debt that you have on your card in addition to your payment history. So it
Ah,
doesn't, yeah. So your debt to income ratio on the personal credit side is gonna tank your score. The higher of a debt you carry on your personal credit cards. But you
okay.
can use your business credit card, and it doesn't matter what the balance is, as long as you're making your payments on time. So
Ah,
leverage that capital, leverage your lines of credit, leverage your credit cards to grow your business, and you don't eat. And I know that you have $2,000 sitting in your account. I know how much y'all make. Y'all make a lot of money. I
Not
know you have
enough.
2,000. I know you have 3,000. I know you have money sitting over there in your account. But just because you have your personal cash doesn't mean you have to use it. Separate your personal cash from your business situation. And if you want to be an investor in your business and put some of your personal cash over there, you definitely should and can, right? But if you have access to business credit where you can get lines of credit or credit cards or something like that, I would say use that first. Let your clients pay down those charges, and keep your cash over there to yourself.
I love it. I love it. I mean, that's so important. I never I'm learning something new every single day. Now, we
So
talked.
even
Go ahead.
with your vehicles, your personal cars,
Uh huh.
let your business buy your car.
Ah,
You have a business on the side. Let your business buy your car. So now that car is not showing up on your personal debt to income ratio as well.
that's
You know,
pretty
so that
sweet.
yeah, it increases your purchasing power. So now you can get the house that you dreamed of, because now you may only have student loans on there because the credit cards are all over in the business, the car is all over there on the business. You're shifting where your where your debt is.
So your debt to income ratio is.
Perfect. Yes. There's a
Ah,
strategy. That's why I'm saying, sir, please tell me what your 5-year plan is. Yeah. You gotta put it all together. Align your
wow.
finances with your vision.
I love it. I love it. So now tell us what the difference between an EIN and a DUNS number is.
Okay, yes. So an employer identification number is given to you by the IRS. It's free. Don't let anyone charge you for it. You can go to irs.gov and you can fill out the application. And it's basically the reason you're giving it is if you are looking to hire employees. Okay, so it's an employer identification number, but it's almost like the social security number is on our personal life. That's that number that sticks with your business. Um, and you use that as an identifying number when you go into the bank, when you go, basically when you're filling out any type of paperwork for your business, you should always use your employer identification number and never use your personal social security number
Oh,
at all. Okay, that is different than a DUNS number. DUNS, that is provided by Dun and Bradstreet. That is one of the places when you want to get your business credit life all the way together. They house all of that data. And
okay.
yeah, so that is their identifying number. That's also a free number that they will give to you. Um, they have a paid service as well. You don't need to pay for it.
Okay.
So it's an identifying number that you use in relation to your business credit. So you want to keep you always want to know your formation date when you went to the Secretary of State's office and you got that LLC. You
Uh-huh.
always want to keep handy your EIN number, and you always want to keep handy your DUNS number.
Okay. So now how does the DUNS number help you as opposed to the EIN?
The DUNS helps you with the business credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the EIN is just there for the employees.
No. EIN
Okay.
is there for the EIN is almost like your identity. Yeah.
Ah,
So it's like the personal social security number, right? So you're going to
gotcha.
need that, and you're going to need it in different situations. So it may be for employers, but it also may be at the bank.
Ah,
It also may
gotcha.
be with a vendor. Yeah. And your credit scores are that you get from your different vendors, they are still tied to your EIN, even though you have a DUNS number.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
you need both.
Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So now, what is a book that you have read that has been most impactful in your life?
I was thinking about that. Of course, everybody's gonna say the Bible. Girl, give me the word, of course, we're gonna say the Bible has. But in addition to that, I really love business books. There's one book, The Millionaire Next Door. It's so funny. If I'm on the beach, you're gonna find me with the business book than with the romance novel. I'm that type of nerd, I guess. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm standing in my truth. The Millionaire Next Door. I read that early in my marriage, and early, like right after college, and it helped me. First of all, it has a lot of numbers in it, so I really like the analytical aspect of it. It's an old book, but it helped me to see how people live that don't care about other people's opinion, but care about establishing wealth and passing on a legacy to their children. So it helped me move from, because here it is, I'm reading this book before, like right after I got out of college, entering in the professional space. And we're making the most money that we were ever made in our lives at that point. And we could have, the BMWs were calling, the Mercedes, all these name brand things, were calling. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, you can put your money in that, or you can put your money in a 401k. You can put your money and whatever, shoes or bag. I still to this day don't I've invested in high quality, like, bags and clothes and stuff, but I don't have the inventory that some other people have, because I don't value that type of stuff. I value being able to invest in experiences for my children, so that they're traveled, that they can see the world. And I also invest in real estate, and making sure that they have something that they are able to be a part of our business, and that they are able to see how they can make money outside of building somebody else's dream at a job.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
that's
that book
so
helped me.
important.
Yeah, it really helped me see. And it's so funny. I call my mom and my dad the millionaire next door, because my dad was in the military. My mom owned her own daycare, and they lived beneath their means the entire time. So I'm like, I know y'all got a stash.
Somewhere.
Yeah, they drive Toyotas, and they didn't need a Lexus. They didn't need any. I know y'all got a stash.
And it's so true, because I remember us, we used to live on the lake, right? And everyone thought that had it going on. And the reality was that we didn't. We were deep in debt, didn't really know how we were going to make it. And it changed my whole perspective on that. And so I don't really care about what people think about what I buy.
Yeah,
People are like, well, you need to buy this. If I buy something, again, it is purposeful.
yeah,
So my husband he's like, well, I want to buy, he want to buy the latest truck, and I want to buy the latest computer, right? Because the latest computer will help me get to that truck that you
yeah.
need, right? The latest computer will help
There
us,
you go.
level up, right? And not
Priorities.
really caring about, that peace of mind is invaluable.
Yep.
Invaluable. And
And
in The Millionaire Next Door, it talks about the person who was in the space, who was in those large houses.
mhm,
Most of those people are not wealthy, most of them.
yeah, yeah.
Most of them. It's the ones that are in the neighborhoods they don't look wealthy, that they is invaluable. And one of my husband's friends, his parents lived way beneath their means, right?
Hmm.
And at the end of they were getting ready to buy a house, and they were like, well, we want to buy this house, but the land costs such and such, and their parents pulled out the money. And like he was like, what? Where all this money come
That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I know my mom probably got about 10 bands upstairs right now.
My husband says he still wants his truck. I'm gonna get him his truck. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, where can the audience find you?
Oh, okay. So on Facebook at Miss Jean Tony. I'm from Mississippi, so I just did Miss Jean Tony, but a lot of people think, oh, you're Miss Jean Tony. MsJeantony, Miss Jean Tony on Facebook and Instagram. But I would love for your audience to connect with us in our Facebook group, Fix
Okay.
My Finances. Fix My Finances, Fix My Taxes is the name of the group. But if you type in Fix My Finances, you'll see it. on
And it's
Facebook.
an amazing group, an amazing group. So thank you, thank you. This was really informative, and not just informative, but we had a good time. So thank you for showing up here today. Jocelyn, this is so funny. That GMC Sierra Denali is all that. Yeah, it is all that.
Yes.
And we're gonna get it, Jocelyn, for you one day, but we're gonna buy it on some business credit. How about that?
Thank you. I was just about to let your business buy it.
Exactly right.
Yes, you
So
deserve
my
it. Get it the right way. Strategic.
so my name is Dr. Viola Pierce, owner and CEO of VP Nursing and the nurse nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to teach nurses to leverage the knowledge that they already know working from their computers around the world, making money and owning their own time. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Note that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders such as Miss Jean Tony that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you were ever told that you would not succeed. And remember to click the calendar link above if you want to create another stream of income and enroll in our 12-week course, VP Nursing Business Academy. You guys have a phenomenal day.